What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
A woman has been going viral and trending all over social media platforms for admitting when you're 36 and realize them hot girl summers didn't get you shit but felonies and a baby. Damn. She goes on to say you're still trying to recoup losses because you didn't build a career or go the good girl route. And now you're overweight, a single mother, and depressed. I effed up, and Kevin Samuels was right. That's coffee. That could be the end of the video right there, right? But it's not. Check it out for yourself. Let's get it.
And the truth about it is, y'all, I'm hurting y'all because I want to be loved. I want marriage. You know, a lot of us get on here, we act tough, and we be like, I don't want a man, I don't need a man, but I want help. I want to be loved. I want somebody to love me. I want somebody I can be vulnerable with. The problem is, and I'm not crying, y'all, because I'm sad. I'm crying, y'all, because it's like a release right now. But the problem for me, y'all, is that all the relationships that I had with men were not about love. It was about survival for me. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to seduce a man. I do not know how to love a man. And then to have a son, because of those choices that I was making, y'all, and I got pregnant really, really fast. I got pregnant within 90 days of knowing my baby daddy. And we don't talk about this shit because it's embarrassing and it hurts. It hurts. And I'm mad with me. I'm not mad at men. I'm not mad at my life. I'm mad at me because I don't know how to fix me. I don't know how to fix it. That's accountability. That's the shit that hurts. It's realizing that, hey, I got some shit with me that I don't know how to fix. And in turn, because I don't know how to fix that shit, I'm f***ing up other people around me. That's accountability. That's the shit that we don't put on social media.
All right, guys, you saw it for yourself. That's the first of many videos I'm going to show you from her because this story gets really interesting, right? But first off, I just want to give this woman some props for doing what you don't see women doing often when it comes to discussing these topics of relationships and like single motherhood, is she's not blaming men. I didn't say that. She did. Most women will get on here and say things like, I didn't choose to be a single mother. It's like, yes, you did. You chose this life. Sure, maybe you didn't like write it down on a piece of paper, but I assure you the decisions you're making left room for that to be the most likely situation. Now, how you got there, right? Family influences, lack of a father figure, those are different discussions. But taking accountability the way that she has kind of puts her in a different position from other women who discuss this topic and want to blame and give responsibility to everybody else but themselves. Listen, accountability is difficult for everybody, but you have to drink that coffee. And so, as always, a few people responded back to her. This video is almost like at 1 million views, I believe, on TikTok. It was everywhere. And of course, I'm going to read a few of the responses here from other commenters. First comment reads, gets better. I had to learn how to work for a living when I was in my 30s. So this guy's like, hey, it gets better. You know, you're in your 30s. You just got to pick yourself up by the bootstraps and get to work, right? Winter is here, he says. And then you have this next comment. A lot of women shared this opinion, right? This next comment said, 36, girl, you're still young. Plenty of time. You know what kind of transformation you could achieve in 5 years. I believe in you. So some encouragement there. Somebody else responded to that comment and said, she's not young. She is middle-aged. Her life is already over. Damn. Some very straightforward words there. Listen, I do believe she can improve her life. Anybody can. It's never too late to improve your life. Now, as far as like reproduction and having children, healthy family, it'd be difficult. But if she's willing to do the work, 36 is not bad. But I get what my man's saying, you know, there's certain things you sacrifice when you realize these things too late, especially as a woman. Next comment here from another person says, oh my gosh, she's practically in hospice. with a surprise emoji, hospice, being in transitional period before you die, like medical terms. And the last comment says, still young, y'all are just anti-aging. Very interesting. So out of all these different comments, one particular comment kept on coming up from the guys. Naturally, when guys hear a story like this, they ask the question, what about the good guys who you passed up? Because now you're alone, you're struggling, right? You're now suffering the consequence of your decisions. If you were to go back, would you have done things differently? How many good guys did you pass off for Pookie, right? For example, this commenter who asked, I applaud you on your honesty, as do I. I have a question for you. He says, based on your life experience, would you choose the good guy? So he's like, hey, if you look back, would you have done things differently? Would you have chosen a good guy? And she responded, this is what she had to say.
That's a really good question. So let me tell you why I didn't choose a good guy. Based on my life experiences, I don't know what my life would have been if I would have made different choices. So that's kind of hard to answer. But by the time I was 18, I was already dancing. And once I learned that, I understood that, like, oh wow, like I could manipulate men to my benefit. On top of that, it's kind of like what a good man want me. You know what I'm saying? And I've dated good men, but I was overtly mean to them because I just knew, like, I'm going to end up hurting you.
I want to really focus real quick on one thing she said there. She said, by 18, I was dancing. Just that alone, I'm like, chances are this chick came from a single mother household. Again, this just goes to prove to you that her mindset was survival, as she said in the previous video. This is why women need men. This is why women cannot do it by themselves. You're not a strong single mother. You need a man in your life. You need help, because this right here is the product of single mother households. And this is the better version. A woman who actually looks back and is like, you know what? I messed up. Most women will not admit this shit. They're like, no, where's the tea?
No, I'll have a tea actually.
Let's keep listening.
And so, you know what I'm saying? And it was easier for me to choose guys that were toxic, that were abusive, emotionally, mentally, sexually, because I was addicted to chaos. I was addicted to trauma. I was addicted to pain. And that's what I looked for in men, because that's what resonated with me. And so, you know, sometimes the good guys, like the girls that y'all be thinking that y'all want, like y'all want us physically, but mentally and emotionally, that ain't what you want.
And so, of course, more comments flooded her videos, and we're going to check out a few of these comments right now. This woman left a comment that read, I know you believe you aren't worthy of a good life, but you are. I don't care what anyone says. You are allowed to want the best life. Please. She goes on to say, don't think this way. You are a valuable person, a diamond, a gem. It hurts to see someone see themselves this way. I think it's crazy how a woman taking accountability and saying, you know what, I don't deserve a good man, or I am not good for a good person. I will ruin your life. I need to work on myself. Women look at that as like, oh, girl, stop talking about yourself that way. You're good regardless of what you do. You're good regardless of where you're at right now in your life, which is absolutely insane. Modern women is so far from bettering yourself and working on yourself for a man that a woman who's doing that looks like she's not valuing herself because she's not being delusional. A man responded to that chick's comment and said, bruh, stop. All those things she wants, she doesn't really qualify for anymore. She would have to spend the next 5 years cleaning up her life and mind, which is okay. It's okay to spend time working on yourself. Another woman says, same reason I'm single and it hurts. And I'm lonely, but I'm no good for someone with good intentions right now. At least she's honest. This female commenter says, the chose a good guy trope is crazy because they are good guys in disguise. You can't literally choose a good guy. It's a chance taken every time. Oh, bullshit. So this chick's like, no such thing as a good or bad guy. You're taking a chance every time. Who thinks like this? There are obviously people who are more stable emotionally and will produce the type of healthy relationship that you're looking for, versus people who are more, you know, toxic. And you can tell by people's lives, by the decisions that they're making, by the way that they think. Again, another way to avoid accountability is saying, oh yeah, all men are bad, doesn't matter. You can try to go find a good man. They're all trash. They're all trash. So the more popular this chick's videos became, the more women started to feed her delusion and lies, just telling her to love herself. Oh, queen, you're a queen. Don't you see you're a queen? And she practically just said, hey, I don't have anything to bring to the table. I'm empty. Check it out.
Let me say this, y'all. When I said I'm not the table, do not be confused, okay? Not meaning, y'all, that like I can't get a man, that a man wouldn't want me or something like that, y'all. When I said I'm not the table, like I realized, y'all, that's why I was crying yesterday, because it's like, what could I offer a man? Genuinely, I'm talking about take looks, take coochie, take a body, take all that stuff off the table, and at the end of the day, what could I offer a man? I don't have nothing for you, baby. I really don't. I got trauma. I got motherfucking issues. I got mental health issues. I got a kid. I got some motherfucking debt.
Mercy. Let's get back into it.
I don't have nothing to offer you. And who want that? Nobody.
Not me.
Because it's the same shit we be saying we don't want from men, right?
Exactly.
And so, y'all, for me, I can't speak on other women. I can't speak on other men. This is not a relationship page. This is just therapy for me to be able to be vulnerable and share shit with people unedited. Because when I was making curated content in my nice ass apartment with my makeup and filters and all that shit, nobody was engaging. Oh, it's just another cute girl. She ain't a rapper. She ain't on the shade room. Pass. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. So when I say I'm not the table, because I'm not. I'm just not. And to be honest with you, y'all, I'm not.
Isn't it crazy that women are pissed that she's over here like using deductive reasoning and like being very logical with her approach to the table question? Like, yeah, you know, this is what I bring, and most people, do you want this? She's like, I wouldn't want this from anybody else. So I'm not the table. I have to work on myself. And women are just angry at her keeping it real. Wow.
Good at being in a relationship because of like me just know how to use and manipulate men, because I've been operating in survival for a very, very long time, and men taught me at a very young age that my body equaled survival, that I could use what I got to get what I want. I'm not blaming men for that, because that's the route I chose, because it was way easier than to go to college and sit there for 4 years and stress. And now I'm like, well, damn, I'm older now. I'm a little heavier now. So, maybe I should have rethought them hot girl years. Or maybe if I was going to be a hot girl, I should have had an exit strategy.
So after explaining how she doesn't bring much to the table that she thinks any man would want, internet responded, and this is what they had to say. First comment reads, look, you went through all those things for a reason. You have a purpose. Being good enough for a man isn't it anymore in this world. Oh man, can't make this shit up. You're beautiful. And so somebody else responded back to this chick and says she's a failure because she didn't focus on being good herself and securing a good man to form a secure relationship. It's okay to admit that I get what these, listen, it sounds harsh, but I get where this guy is coming from. It's okay to admit that you failed at relationships. And of course, we have a modern woman here who's like, yeah, qualifying yourself for a man is not it anymore in this world. Don't even try. Now, guys, when we're talking about value in relationships, women often conflate personal value from sexual market value. Value to a man in a relationship. You cannot be valuable to a man in a relationship, but still have personal value. Your value as a human being. But even if you make that distinction, most women won't. They just won't admit that they're not valuable in the least bit. Modern women today to a man. Another guy commented and said, so what now? I'm not trying to be funny, legit asking. Now that you know the issues, where do you go from here? She actually responded to this guy and said, that's the scary part. That's the shit that keeps me up at night because I felt broken for a while and I don't know how to fix it. This is unfortunate and it's sad, but like a bunch of chicks need to pay attention to this woman's story and her whole experience because they're just right behind her. Another woman commented, Jesus, allow him to transform you and heal you. And somebody else said, felt, I have all the awareness in the world, but I just don't know what to do with this information. And the last comment here says, therapy, sis. There you go. Let's start with that. That's some good advice from this woman. Therapy and working on you. Find a hobby, stack your coins, and build. But yeah, I think therapy more than anything is the next step for a lot of people out here who want to heal and know what's next. This next commenter says, what you bring to the table doesn't have to be the table or the food. We're fine with just the seasoning. That being a joy to be around, sense of humor, accountability, willingness to listen, etc. All that stuff can be worked on within yourself. Don't let what you can't change ground you. He goes on to say, we're very simple. We love understanding, sweet but assertive, not aggressive, confident, not combative women. We ain't perfect either. And what I think this guy is saying is like, don't think you got to go out and be a six-figure earner, because that's where the confusion comes in. She's going to get all this advice, and most of it is going to be a bunch of women telling her the wrong thing. Girl, take care of yourself, stack your coins, right? Where this guy's just like, hey, it's not as complicated as you think. Just listen to the men. So guys, the final video was her actually admitting Kevin Samuels was kind of right. Check it out for yourself.
First off, let me just say thank y'all. It was a lot of support from the men, and I'm not a pick-me, but fellas, I do have to agree with Kevin Samuels because it hit me yesterday what he was talking about. And even though y'all, I didn't like how Kevin was talking to women, and at first I was like, what you mean what I bring to the table? I am the table. No, you're not. No, you're not. And that's okay. That's okay. Because I have to be honest with myself, y'all, and accountability. And it hurts. It hurts being honest with yourself, y'all. I'm not going to lie to you. This is not a pity page, y'all, but accountability hurts. And I know that's the first step. And I realized last night, y'all, I just had a moment, and I'm not one of those people that be crying for the camera and stuff, y'all, but I just had a moment, and I was like, stop.
So yeah, guys, that was really good to see, because it's very obvious that KS's work was not in vain at all. More women are stumbling on his content still to this day, and I believe will continue to do that. And we realize, you know what, I want to change my life. If not my life, and it's too late for me, I want to make sure my future children, my future generation doesn't go through what I went through. Overall, after watching all these videos and seeing how this woman approached her situation, her current situation, with accountability, being honest with herself, not blaming other people, not expecting other people to fix her life. And it looks like she's going to take steps to improve her life to the best of her abilities. She's got my respect. And as usual, always interested to know what you guys think of the situation. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate y'all for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.